Iran, who has been at the crash scene for days now. And Terry, talk about what the latest is with those bodies. Where are they, and what is the latest?
Amy, finally there's word that those bodies will be leaving the crash site and the village nearby where they're being stored in refrigerated boxcars. They will leave at 7 p.m. tonight, just in a little while, noon Eastern time, and they are going to Kharkiv, a city that is under the control of the Ukrainian government, where many international investigators, including Malaysia's team and the U.S. team, are located. So finally those bodies will be going to a city a couple of hours from here. There will be forensic identification, and then they will go home. So that step is being taken, and we did see international investigators on the scene today for the first time, really getting more or less unfettered access to that site, taking pictures, doing kind of rough surveys of where that plane might have fallen apart on its way down to the ground. Although I did ask the lead investigator, after these 4 days with that site unsecured, is he confident that they will be able to determine what happened to the plane? And he said simply, I don't know.
Daunting words there. Terry Moran with the latest from Ukraine. Want to turn now to ABC News chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross. And Brian, more on what Terry was just saying. I mean, people have likened this to having criminals in charge of a crime scene. In terms of the investigation, tell us what we're likely to be able to find, or what international investigators are likely to be able to uncover if the scene's already been tampered with.
Well, as President Obama said, his question was, what are they trying to hide? Most of the key evidence about who pulled the trigger on this will come not so much from what's on the ground, but from the radar and signals intelligence that the U.S. has been gathering and pushing out. And the evidence against the Russian separatists and perhaps the Russians themselves continues to mount, Amy.
All right, Brian Ross with the very latest there here in New York with us. And again, the president just addressing the nation, asking there to be a recovery of the bodies that are still in Ukraine at this hour. He wants a full investigation of the facts, and he wants the people responsible held accountable. We're going to return to our regular programming on the television network. For some of you, that is Good Morning America. There will, of course, be complete coverage of this story later on World News with Diane Sawyer. And to continue to get updates on this story on your mobile device, star it on the ABC News phone apps. And we will continue streaming our live coverage on ABC News Digital right now. I'm Amy Robach in New York. Thanks for joining us.
This has been a special report from ABC News. We'll join our programming after these messages.
We took care of your back pain. You make him the MVP. Tylenol is clinically proven to provide strong, fast pain relief. But for everything we do, we know